Hi, this is Haley, the face of Waco Girl Does. You're listening to No Waco.
This week, I have some exciting guests here in the studio with me. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Mary Senese.
I'm Frank Senese. I don't know how exciting we are, but I think we'll try our best.
Yeah.
So we own Roni and Ronis Mac Bar here in Waco.
Yeah, so we're here today to talk about Ronis Mac Bar. So how did you guys get started?
So I started actually our other business, Roni, in December of 2019. I went to college for business and then moved back here to Texas where I grew up, and kind of started selling cookie dough while applying for jobs, and it kind of turned into its own thing. And with COVID in 2020, pretty much no one was hiring, so I just started to pursue it full time. And then that turned into kind of its own big thing. We opened a storefront in Belton in March of 2021, and then we opened our Waco location this past September, also 2021. And then with Ronis, it kind of just happened very quickly. Basically,
very quickly.
Yeah, so our Waco Roni location is in Union Hall, which I'm sure most people around here are familiar with.
Love Union Hall.
Yes, and basically there was an empty space right next to us, and we kind of joked about, opening something right there. It would be so convenient, and we were always kind of just throwing out these ideas of what we could open there. And then we sort of sat down and we're like, what if we actually opened something there though? And
we were looking at like what kind of different things we could do. We're like, okay, could we do a cereal bar? Could we do like sushi?
Donut shop or sushi.
Sushi was a big one. We're like, hey,
there's barely any sushi places.
I know,
here, so.
but then we're like, we are not the people to do sushi.
Yeah, there's like a whole culture around that.
We're too white to make a sushi place. So we're like, hey, but we got mac and cheese. Like,
yes.
I know how to make some killer Katie or craft dinner as it's called in the States here. So.
Yeah, so I know I kind of skipped a step, but are you guys from Waco, or what brought you guys to the Waco area?
Yeah, so I grew up actually in Temple. I lived there for a big portion of my life. And so I guess not technically Waco, but, just
Central
down the road
Texas.
a little bit. Exactly, yeah.
We say in and around Waco.
Right.
Yes.
That's how in and around.
Exactly, yeah. Coming up to Waco on the weekends, So I moved away went to college in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
And that's where we met.
Music scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then got married there and then moved back here. But Frank, if you want to...
Yeah, I'm not from here. I'm from the mac and cheese capital of the world, the biggest importer of mac and cheese.
Wow.
The third largest importer of mac and cheese craft dinner, the one and only Canada.
Oh, wow.
So I went, I grew up in Canada. I went to school there for audio engineering and then ended up moving to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue that. And I worked in a few studios as an audio engineer. And, was starting to get my foot down, but then I had a side job at Domino's. I was doing some pizza delivery. If any other audio engineers out there, the initial struggle out there. And, opportunity came up pretty quickly in the first couple of months, general manager. And I was like, dang, that was easy. So I was like, that sounds fun. I can make a lot more money doing that. So I got into the restaurant biz there, met Mary through that.
Aww.
And once we got married, we wanted to move to a place where we thought maybe we could set some roots down. And Waco seemed like a great place. Mary'd been here before. And that brought me here. And, I love the weather a lot more. And, now we can bring some of that mac and cheese heritage here as well.
Oh, you guys should do poutine macaroni and cheese.
Hey, I was thinking, I was like, hey, if we open a poutine spot, but then it's like there might be 3 people that would know what that is. Everywhere else is called Canadian fries. They're like,
what? They don't call it poutine.
They call it. I've seen a lot of Canadian. I was like, it's poutine.
I guess so. But yeah, so why cookie dough?
Yeah, basically I just love all things cookie dough, cookies. I've always been a really big baker, just kind of on the side ever since.
But it's not baked cookie dough.
Exactly, yeah. It's like the opposite of baking. But I've just always loved that process. I actually made like our own wedding cake. And, in middle school and high school, I would kind of like make cupcakes and sell them. And I've just always been really into food and especially sweet food. And so, like I said, I just kind of started selling cookie dough on the side while applying for jobs when I first moved here after college, and just had a lot of fun kind of experimenting with it and trying different recipes, and came up with a edible cookie dough recipe with no eggs or no raw flour, and just kind of fell in love with the whole process. It's fun. Like, it's hard not to smile when you're around cookie dough all day. So, yeah, and then it just ended up kind of being a big hit in the Temple community. And I started doing pop-ups all around town. I actually did a couple here in Waco as well. Wow. Yeah, and then, like I said, we opened our first storefront in Belton, and the opportunity came to expand to Waco, which I don't think Frank mentioned this yet, but he actually worked in Waco for a while when we first moved here. Some locals might know. Yeah,
Moroso. Shout out to Dan Moroso at Moroso, the wood-fired pizzeria. Place got
from
me,
Domino's to Moroso.
Pieces in our blood. Yeah, I was there for a while, and when COVID hit, and everywhere in town was slowing down. I ended up moving over to a place called Fuego Tortilla Grill, which a lot of people know here, which
love me some
boomed
Fuego.
with the drive-through during COVID. So that place is doing great, and I loved it there. And between both places, I learned a lot about Waco and the locals and the different businesses here. So I'm very grateful.
Needs.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that helped us get our start here too.
Yeah, that's so cool. So how long have you been in Union Hall now?
So we opened our Doremi Union Hall location in September of 2021, so a few months now, and then we just opened Roni's. Actually, our grand opening was last weekend on February 12th.
Yeah, so explain the whole idea of a macaroni bar.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to find something that was able to be really efficient without compromising quality. That's really important to us. Yeah,
something that we saw a lot was that, a lot of businesses that succeed, they've got, quality hot food fast. And that's kind of, the basis for a lot of the systems that we put in place at Roni's.
Yeah, and we're not fast food. Like, we really try to emphasize quality, but finding ways to do that in the most efficient way possible, because no one wants to wait 20 minutes for their food. Yeah. And so the idea of the macaroni bar is so perfect for that, because it's kind of set up like Chipotle style a little bit, where you can just kind of build your own mac bowl.
That's amazing.
Yes. And of course we have mac and cheese, but we also have like marinara and Alfredo. Yes. So
yeah, it's real fun. You walk in, you grab your noodles, you pick your base, you want pepper jack cheese, you want cheddar cheese, both very, very delicious, by the way. We got pesto, marinara, Alfredo, which is a new addition that I love. But you add your meats, add your veggies, and I've seen some crazy creations.
Ooh, what's the craziest combo so far?
Let's see. Craziest combo so far. I've seen someone put all the sauces on there. We have it was a couple days ago. We have like 8 different sauces, and like, just give me a little bit of everything.
That sounds like something my husband would do. Full transparency, he eats wild food. I don't even know.
But it's very customizable, which is our favorite part about it.
So what's your favorite order? What's your go-to?
My go-to is I like the Alfredo a lot, but if usually it's the mac and cheese, but ketchup. Ketchup and mac and cheese.
Which is a Canadian thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, my uncle does that.
Yeah.
I've had 2 people that came by that specifically asked for it, and both of them are like, are you guys from the north? And they're like, well, I'm from Canada originally. I was like, I knew it.
It's just a Canadian thing.
It's the ketchup and the cheese. We've got ketchup chips. We've got ketchup mac and cheese.
Yeah. I did hear about the ketchup chips.
We ordered some on Amazon a couple years ago. She'd never heard of it, and I was like, you got to try it. So we couldn't find them anywhere. We ordered them online. They shipped a bag to our house, and she's like, this is disgusting.
He ordered.
Not a fan.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Mythical Kitchen. So there's this YouTube channel, and basically he makes like mythical food, or like he makes like weird combo foods. So he made chips. They're called illegal chips. So one of them was puffer fish chips. One of them was horse meat chips. And then one of them was maggot cheese chips. And he
Do
ordered
maggots make
these.
cheese?
It's like the cheese that like you have to have the maggots in it.
Do you milk the maggot?
I think it's like the decomposition like helps the cheese age or something. So
Okay.
it's like a real stinky cheese. Not into it again. This was all
Yeah.
my husband. No, thank you. But yeah, so he got some weird chips off the internet as well. So
There's a lot of weird things on the internet you can
don't go.
ingest.
I don't think we've gone that far with our topping selection.
Okay.
Yeah, we were thinking of doing a maggot cheese mac
yeah,
and cheese, but
Yeah.
delicious. You gotta make the little macaroni noodles
maggot
look
and
like
cheese.
the mac.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. All out.
Oh yeah, no, they have to be live. You know.
Oh no!
Part of the visual.
Oh great. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we want
Yeah, we want good images of this. Yeah. Disclaimer: we're
Please
just kidding.
come to this macaroni bar.
Yeah, trust me, there's no maggots.
Not yet. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Unless there's heavy demand, let
you
us
know,
know.
listen, if you
Reach
guys
out.
come over, come get your macaroni and cheese, and please say that you would like maggot cheese, and then they'll know that
then
you
they will
listen to the
know,
podcast.
Yeah.
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 And then you guys will just know that they heard it here.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like a seasonal thing.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Or like
there
a
you go.
secret menu
Oh,
item.
We'll find a
secret menu
supplier on the
item.
dark web. Like we'll get something.
Ugh, you got a source. They're ethically
Locally
sourced. Locally sourced. But yeah, so I am so glad you guys are in Union Hall and you guys have so many exciting ideas. So what are you guys looking forward to most in 2022?
Oh boy. I think for now, settling a little bit. It's been a very quick journey.
Starting a business in September. Starting another
exactly.
business. Starting another business.
Yes, exactly. It's like every couple months we're kind of starting something extreme. And so I think, really perfecting the places that we already have.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, definitely expansion. Once we're kind of settled and we feel like we're ready to take the next step, we want to grow these businesses and just kind of make them accessible to people who aren't even from around here and kind of grow within the state of Texas and maybe even beyond. So we kind of like to have goals, but also be open to opportunities that have shown themselves to us. So yeah, definitely expansion, but also kind of settling for a little bit and perfecting what we already have.
Yeah, getting our systems in place. That's something that we both learned is you can't really expand until you have something that's replicatable and very systematic. And right now, obviously with Do-Re-Mi, is almost pretty much there. But, Roni's were still, there every day making sure, hey, what's the most efficient way we can do this? What's the best quality we can make this? How do we do that? How do we write it down? And, that we could hire anyone that can come in and, just go through a system and be able to open the store easily without, months and months of training.
Yeah, definitely. Every time we're making a decision, the question is always kind of, is this scalable?
That's a big question.
Yeah, if we want to expand or even eventually franchise, is this something that we can keep as we grow? So that's a big part of our kind of business model, business plan.
Yeah, definitely. We treat a lot of things where it's like, hey, just assume, a very stupid person comes in and wants to order or wants to work for you. We don't want to limit our options. Assume everyone's an idiot and make your systems based around
Make
that.
it easy.
By the way, to our guests, we don't think you're idiots. we love you, but we want to make it as easy as possible for everybody. With it's the way people order. It's the way we make the order for you, whether it's the systems we have in place in the back for our employees. Yeah. I want to go in. I don't want to have a headache. I don't want to go in and be, this is, I've got 1,000 different things to do to make this thing work. I just want to, have a very simple process that'll give the best quality for everybody.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. And so why did you guys choose Waco, or why specifically Union Hall?
So like I said, Frank was working in Waco when I was kind of doing Do-Re-Mi in the Belton Temple area. And so it just kind of made sense when we were ready to expand Do-Re-Mi, Waco. First of all, it's so close to where we live in Temple that it's an easy 30-minute drive. But also Frank was very familiar with a lot of the suppliers around here and a lot of the other local businesses around here. And so, again, it just sort of made sense. Yeah. And I had kind of had my eye on Union Hall for a while, pretty much since they opened, before we even had our Belton storefront. And it was kind of like a big goal of mine that I didn't really think would actually happen.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so I, a while ago, way before we, were seriously thinking about opening a location here, I had contacted the manager of Union Hall and just kind of introduced myself and asked if there were any open spaces, and there weren't at the time, which I'm kind of thankful for, because I feel like we wouldn't have been able to do it as well if we had done it back then before we had all of this experience. But then I reached back out a few months later when we were actively looking, and he was like, yeah, we have a couple spaces opening up, in a couple months actually. And it just sort of worked out really perfectly. And I mean, Union Hall is such an awesome place because it's become such a staple in Waco.
I eat there at least once a week.
Exactly.
Sometimes more.
Yeah, and there's so many options that you can't really get tired of it.
Yeah.
It's the breaker of any fights. You bring a family out, and when the kids want tacos, and the wife wants ramen, and you want pizza,
mac and cheese.
Of course, mac and cheese. Everybody wants.
Everybody wants macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, when we weren't open, they had all these other options they could go to.
Yeah.
And it's very, you see people sitting at a table, and there's 8 different food items in front of them. It's pretty great.
Me and my husband, we always go and get 2 things, and then we'll like split it. So give me a bite of yours.
Right.
Ooh, give me a bite of yours.
Totally.
So it's the best place, and I love going to Union Hall so much. I mean, not that it's literally across the street from where I work or anything, but I do love it, and I go out of my way for it so often. Anytime anybody comes into town, I'm like, let's go to Union Hall. They're like, ooh, what's that? I'm like, just you wait.
It's everything.
It's everything you could ever want.
Right.
Yeah, and the location is so awesome. It's right by the silos. I mean, it's really like the perfect spot for locals and visitors too.
Yeah. So what is something you guys would like to see more of in Waco?
Let's see. What would you say to that, Frank?
I think Mary is drawing a blank, because we talked about this in the car. Like, hey, if she asked this, what do we say?
I asked the same
and
question.
I forgot what we said. But honestly,
yeah, I have an answer. I think.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This isn't necessarily something that I've personally experienced on the negative side, thankfully, but I think just in general, kind of openness to change and new businesses. I feel like Waco has changed a lot in the last few years, and I understand that as someone who grew up here or around here, that can be kind of difficult to see, but also I think being open to new businesses, I think it's a really great thing for this community. There's so many new jobs and so many new places to go and hang out, and so I think just kind of being open to change and open to new places. Thankfully we've received a lot of support.
That's
but
good.
That's kind of something that I've seen a little bit of on the side, so
yeah, from the local standpoint, there's a lot of great things for the locals with new places coming in. Obviously, we've heard the negativity of, this place is growing. It didn't used to be like this. But, then there were the business aspects of it where, there are the businesses that feel like it's doing negative, but then the ones that are embracing it and seeing the positive change that it can bring and how it can help their business, they're the ones that are thriving. So I think there's a lot more good with it than bad. And, we just want to see some more positivity towards the growth.
And it's really amazing. The community here is so, I say right now we're at a critical point where we have to develop or else we're going to lag.
Yeah.
And we literally have to keep going no matter what. And our small business community is growing so much, and amazing entrepreneurs and people with ideas have come here and have started, integrating themselves into our Waco community. And just the small business support is absolutely amazing and overflowing. So it's so amazing to get to meet people and get to meet others that are supporting one another and shouting each other out and, just having, just welcoming each other into the community. So I really hope that you guys get to experience that.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And I mean, of course, Union Hall fosters. I don't know if there's any Union Hall like feuds, but I can, if we could do a real live food fight, that'd be great. But no.
Yeah, we do that after close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Whoever had
As
the
soon
least
as
amount of sales that day, everyone throws food at them.
But yeah, so we have an amazing community. And I know you guys have, met some amazing people. Do you guys want to shout out anybody that has helped you along this journey?
I mean, for me personally, Moroso, Dan and Robin over there at Moroso Wood-Fired Pizzeria, they got me started here. They got my foot in Waco. They helped me learn, a lot of the business aspects of this city specifically.
Yeah.
And, Chris and Ryan that own Fuego Tortilla Grill, and Dylan over there, they, just further pushed me more into that, making it able for me to be able to step back and open my own.
They also answered a lot of questions that we had when we were first starting. And they also actually, when I was first doing Do Re Mi, it was out of my house, but they let me use their kitchen every once in a while. They had a big mixer that I was able to use, or when I started ordering in bulk from a supplier, they let me have it delivered to their restaurant. So yeah, they've definitely been really great along the way. And also, having
a big 18-wheeler come to our house.
Oh, goodness.
They wouldn't let that happen.
No. So. Exactly. And also, I would say the other owners and managers at Union Hall. Yeah. I mean, we joke about the competition, but really, like, with opening Do Re Mi and now opening Roni's, wow. All the other people there have been so supportive, and, they'll see us struggling with something and they'll come over and be like, hey, let us help. So, definitely them as well.
Definitely.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Plug us with all of your socials, where you can find you, all of the information.
Yeah, so Do Re Mi is basically Do Re Mi TX everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's also our website as well, doremitx.com. And then Roni's is Ronis Mac Bar everywhere.
And that's RONI''S,
yeah,
but without the apostrophe.
It's not Ronnie's.
Not Ronnie's,
it's
Roni's.
Yeah, macaronis.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I can't wait for people to come and get your macaroni.
Can't wait either.
And
thank
get
you
some
so much
cookie
for
dough,
having
of
us.
course. Yeah,
exactly.
They're right next to each other. You literally cannot miss it.
We share a wall.
Yep. You guys should just make like a little hole in the wall.
I thought
so you guys
about that.
Make a little
trade
window
some
so you
food
guys
between
can.
it. Oh, you guys want some dessert? Here you go.
There you go. That's so cute.
Yeah, we do. We're able to share internet. It's really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Haley. I'm signing off. Tune in every Friday for all of the events and activities.
Now that you know Waco, just go. Go, Waco.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.